Hey guys, it's Sami, and this is Pro Wrestling Unlimited as we are here on the 4th of March 2020 to talk about everything that went down tonight at on AEW Dynamite. And before I even get started, the first thing I have to say is no, I don't know anything about what happened with Lance Archer. I know I'm going to get the comments and questions and all that. Where was Lance Archer? Lance Archer was supposed to debut. What happened to the debut of Lance Archer? I have no clue. I haven't heard anything. I haven't been told anything. I haven't seen anything. I haven't read anything. Lance Archer was supposed to debut tonight, and they didn't. Will he be the guy that Jake the Snake's bringing in? Maybe. Will it be Brody Lee, the former Luke Harper? Maybe. Is he going to partner up with Matt Hardy? Who knows? We'll get to that when we get to that. But just like I said, I don't know what's going on with Lance Harper. Not Lance Harper. I just mixed two guys together. Lance Archer. I have no insight onto why he didn't debut tonight. I wasn't told anything. I haven't heard anything. So once I do know, I'll let you guys know. But I'm just saying it right off the bat here because I'm not going to bring it up again because there's no point in me bringing it up again if I don't know anything. So let's see who's here with us in the live chat. Not many because I kind of started this late and didn't give people enough time to jump in early. But we've got Eric Tate, Kristen McNutt, Henry Cavallo, Ethan Taylor, Mac Gomez, Sinclair Saturday. We've also got Kyle England and Aubrey Austin Jr. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here tonight to talk about AEW Dynamite. Let me check one thing before we jump in. Just checking my notes and stuff. And yeah, I think we're good to go. So AEW Dynamite tonight kicked off with Moxley and the AEW Championship walking down through the crowd. He went and tried to get around by as many people as he can. That's his thing. He's a man of the people. And Moxley gets in the belt, and they say that the belt on Moxley looks beautiful. Moxley said that this is a beautiful belt and that AEW represents professional wrestling, a sport that he loves and he dedicates his life to. He said that this belt doesn't just belong to him, but it belongs to everybody here and everybody watching at home that has willed this company into existence. He stated that collectively, we brought back professional wrestling. Moxley promised to defend the belt with his life. He said whoever wants to get a shot can get a shot. He said he'll choke them out and drop them on their heads. He said that he knows it's not over between him and the inner circle, though. He knows they're coming after him. He dared them to come at him. Jericho and the inner circle came out. And this is the one thing I didn't like here. It's all cool and good and whatever when they take their time for the Jericho song to play out so the crowd can sing along. When he's walking down to the ring. When he's slowly doing his entrance and whatnot. But when he's just standing there at the top of the ramp going, how long is this fucking song? Damn, I got another minute 45. Okay. Another minute. What have I become? Judas in my mind. Become a. Crowd's gonna go. Judas in my mind. I become a. Judas in my mind. Crowd finished singing. Now I can go. It's like it just took forever. And like I said, it's cool when it happens during his entrance because he's taking his time getting down to the ring anyways. But when he has to just stand there at the top of the ramp and just wait for a song to play for over a minute, kind of a little unnecessary. Jericho said, well, first he told the crowd to shut their ass. And even without a belt, he's Le Champion. Jericho said that the Moxley era sucks. He said Moxley's win was based on a lie. Jericho said that he spent 3 months training for a man that only had one eye, but he really had two good eyes. You could see out of both of them. He said that Moxley's a liar, and all the fans are liars. Excuse me. Jericho said Moxley turned Inner Circle from a group of good-natured and good-looking guys into a hit squad. He said, putting the entire roster on notice, from the Librarians to Michael Nakazawa to Moxley. Jericho said if Moxley walks out of the building on his own tonight, Jericho will take maybe 60 days off or so. He said he's got a plan, and Moxley isn't as smart as he thinks he is. Moxley then promised to send Jericho packing for those 60 days and said that he'll make Jericho look like a stupid son of a bitch. This was all right. Moxley's promo was good. Jericho, still untouchable on the mic, but it was whatever. Next up, we got 8-man tag team action. It was Scorpio Sky, Christopher Daniels, Frankie Kazarian, and Colt Cabana taking on the Dark Order, Evil Uno, Stu Grayson, Alex Reynolds, and John Silver. This match was all right. Colt Cabana and Grayson started off the match. Cabana used a head scissor takeover. Dark Order jumped in and went 4-on-1 on Cabana, cutting him off until Daniels interfered from the floor, and then SCU regained the advantage, working over Silver. Evil Uno interfered, allowing Silver to cut off Daniels. Dark Order then continued working on Daniels through the commercial break. After the break, Daniels made the hot tag to Kazarian. The match broke down and all 8 men jumped in. Daniels hit a dive on Grayson. Kazarian then used a cutter on Reynolds for a near fall. Cabana then hit a quebrada to Reynolds and Silver. That's just a sweet, perfect-looking moonsault flip. Sky then hit a tope con Rio. Cabana hit a Chicago skyline and used a Superman pin on Reynolds to pick up the victory. Evil Uno then cut a promo afterwards, saying that the Exalted One is going to be furious after the Dark Order's loss and that he's coming soon. We hear it every week. He's coming soon. He's coming soon. He's coming soon. Well, how soon is soon? Because I've heard for weeks now soon. Is soon a month? Is soon 2 months? Is soon next week? We don't know. Video package then played highlights of the tag title match. It even showed comments from Brian Alvarez, Wade Keller, Justin Barrasso, and Dave Meltzer hyping up this match. The announcers put over that the match as the Young Bucks' best match ever. We then had Big Swole versus Leva Bates with Britt Baker on commentary. She brought Tony Schiavone a Starbucks cup again. Cup of coffee. Quick squash here. Swole won with a discus forearm called the Dirty Dancing. Not much to it. Baker said that she hoped that the director got some shots of her face to show during this match because, well, she equals views and ratings. Then we got a weird but good segment. Cody came down. Said that the only way he can deal with losing to MJF is if MJF would actually come out and admit that he didn't win fair and square. Cody said that's all he wants. He just wants MJF to admit that he cheated to win. But MJF didn't come out. Instead, out would come Jake the Snake Roberts with some knockoff 1980s generic WWF music. Jake came out and said that he's tired, sick and tired of listening to Cody out here cry. He said that he never cried over a match win or loss. He said he's not here to praise Cody. He's here to slay him. Jake said that he has a client and the dark side is coming to AEW. He said it's been 20 years since he had a shot, but he isn't going to be a nice boy. He said he'll be on the outside when his client takes on Cody. He said Cody could bring the one-trick pony Arn Anderson if he wants. He said Cody shouldn't turn his back on anyone he fears. So here's the thing. Who is Jake's guy? At first, when this was going on, my first thought was, it's got to be Brody Lee. But then when we didn't get Lance Archer, now I'm thinking, can it be Lance Archer? I'm thinking it's either Brody Lee or Lance Archer. Now, like I stated, when the segment happened, my first thought was Brody Lee because, well, we're supposed to get Lance Archer tonight, later in the show. We thought, and we didn't, so yeah. So now I believe it's got to be either Brody Lee or Lance Archer. Lance Archer, I don't know, like I said, what's going on with that, why he didn't debut tonight. If everything still goes according to plan, Brody Lee is supposed to debut in his hometown of Rochester in 2 weeks, on the 18th. So I don't know if and I'll get to it in a second. Well, actually, in a couple seconds. I don't know if Jake's guy is Brody Lee and he debuts on the 18th, I don't know if that's a good idea. Because if he's debuting in his hometown, even if he's not debuting in his hometown, Brody Lee's going to get a great pop from the crowd. And if he's supposed to come in as a heel working with Jake, you don't want that pop. But he's going to get it anyways because AEW pops for anything new. AEW pops for anything that, WWE fucked him. We'll give him a good reaction here. I mean, look what they did for Shawn Spears when he first came in. So, we'll see how it all works out. But, hey, Jake's going to be around. I don't know how regularly. Seems like pretty regularly, as he's going to manage somebody on, quote-unquote, the dark side. Next up, we had Pac versus Chuck Taylor. Taylor broke cleanly against the ropes early on, and Pac refused to do the same and worked a side headlock. Taylor used a distraction from Orange Cassidy and Trent to gain control. Taylor hit a pop-up powerbomb for a 2. Taylor hit a Turtle World backbreaker. Pac went after Taylor on the outside, sent him into the barricade, then suplexed him on the floor. After the break, Pac teased a springboard dropkick. Taylor blocked it and hit his own dropkick, then hit a pescado. Taylor hit a Falcon Arrow for a 2. Pac then hit a sling blade cutter. Taylor hit an awful waffle for a 2 count. Taylor missed a top rope moonsault, and Pac locked on the brutalizer on his landing. Taylor had to submit. Pac picks up the victory. This match was good. Taylor always works hard. Pac is always great. And after the match, Orange Cassidy squared up to Pac. Just as he was about to shove his hands in his pockets, the Lucha Bros would run down. Pentagon and Phoenix did a double super kick on Orange Cassidy. Pac then would cut a promo, called the fans scumbags, and said he and the Lucha Bros are now a unit known as Death Triangle. And no one is safe from them. Why do we need so many goddamn units in AEW? Guys just can't be by themselves. I mean, you've got MJF and Wardlow. You've got Cody and Arn Anderson. You've got the Inner Circle. You've got fucking Jake and his new guy. You've got Dustin and Cutie Marshal with Brandy. Granted, that's a tag team, so it's a little different. But why do we need so many groups in AEW? Do they think they're New Japan and everybody's got to be in some sort of a group or stable? Just saying. Because that's how it's coming off to me. I think these three, though, can be really good heels. Pentagon and Phoenix hit their tandem stomp package driver on Orange Cassidy. Pac and Lucha Bros, I think, could be really good together, but it's just not needed and really out of left field, out of just nowhere. A video then played where Tully Blanchard invited social media submissions on them to suggest who Shawn Spears should tag with. Said use the hashtag search for Spears. Cool. Whatever. So next up, we got Jake Hager versus QT Marshall. Hager took the bulk of the match. It was particularly good, to be honest. Post-match angle that continued to build the match beyond, or blood and guts, was really effective. Early on, Hager missed a Vader bomb attempt. QT hit a handspring enziguri, then hit a top rope corkscrew senton. Hager kicked out at 1, hit a lariat, and then used a head and arm choke for the submission. Santana Ortiz would then run in after the match to beat down QT. Dustin Rhodes would jump in. Cody would then run down. So it's, okay, you've got 3-on-3, but then still too much because QT was knocked down. Then Dustin was knocked down. So Cody tries to make the save. He's on his own. Matt Jackson then runs down. They then state, when a drunk Hangman Page saunters down, that Nick Jackson and Kenny Omega were not cleared for travel after their injuries Sunday. Which I don't know what's up with Nick. Oh, wait. Did Nick's wife go into labor and maybe that's why he's not here? If you didn't see BTE this week, he revealed that his wife is pregnant with their 3rd child and could pop at any time, like any minute. So maybe that's why Nick wasn't there. Maybe his wife went into labor. As far as Kenny goes, Kenny's just got a bum hand. You can travel with a bum hand. I don't know. The Hangman sauntered down. in full street clothes, got his button up on, got jeans and his cowboy boots on, saunters down, making his way down to the ring. And he gets in the ring, and Jake Hager's ready to get at him. Ortiz and Santana are ready to get at him. He's like, no. It's all good. We're fine. I'm not going to do anything. And he goes and he places his beer up on the turnbuckle, on the post. As everyone's got their back turned, he goes and attacks Hager. So they're all laid out. He attacks Hager, cleans house, gives the buckshot lariat to Hager, and Matt Jackson gets to his feet. Page walks over, flips him off, and just leaves. What? I get he's not friends with Matt no more, but he still came down and saved the Elite when his whole thing was, I tried to leave the Elite. You wouldn't let me leave the Elite, but now he's going to come save the Elite? It's not like his tag team partner Kenny Omega was down there, so he was saving his tag team partner from getting hurt. No, he was saving other guys. So this really didn't make sense unless this is actually all to lead to fucking Matt versus Hangman sometime. But what it led me to believe is these are the two teams for Beyond, or the match Beyond Blood and Guts. Could be getting Jake Hager, Santana, Ortiz, and maybe one other against Dustin, Matt, Hangman, and Cody. Maybe. Because that's what I felt was, oh, this is building up towards War Games or Blood and Guts. But we don't know exactly what the rules are for that match or who's going to be in it. All that should be announced next week. They said at least next week in Salt Lake City, we will get the rules for the Blood and Guts match. Also, Cody will be going one-on-one with Ortiz, and the Death Triangle will be in action. Plus, the Jungle Express will be taking on the team of MJF, the Butcher, and the Blade. Speaking of MJF cut a promo here. He said that AEW fans deserve a new head author. And well, why not him? He then stated that he's done with Cody. He's the best in the world and wants a shot at the title. Took off his jacket to reveal that he's got a shirt on that says, I pinned Cody. He then ripped on Cody's neck tattoo. He said that he's coming after Moxley. He wants a shot at the world title. So it looks like Cody versus MJF is just done. Like, MJF won dastardly, and it's just over. Which I felt that finish garnered another match, at least one more. But no. They're going to leave it with the heel picks up the cheap finish, the cheap win. Not how I would have done it. Not how a lot of people would say they would have done it. But, hey, each their own. They've got a plan, I assume, which is MJF doing random matches with the Butcher and the Blade. So then we go for our main event. It is supposed to be Chris Jericho and Sami Guevara against Jon Moxley and Darby Allin. Jericho and Guevara come down to the ring. Darby Allin then comes down to the ring. Moxley then begins to make his entrance when he gets attacked from behind. 3 men in masks and AEW jackets attack him, and then they reveal that it's none other than Santana, Ortiz, and Jake Hager. So why the fuck did you need to disguise yourself if within moments you're going to take the masks off anyways? Like, okay, it's Santana, Ortiz, and Hager. Who cares if you are concealed by a mask? It really didn't make no sense. Also, it didn't make no sense, and I hate when commentary does this. Oh, these three guys, they're mugging Moxley. This is an assault. Someone should call the police. They should be arrested. They should be arrested for attacking a guy during a wrestling show? It's not like they're attacking a fan. You know what you signed up for when you're going and being a full-time wrestler. You can get attacked at any time. From behind, from the front, from the right, from the left. I always hate it when somebody gets attacked and they're getting beat down at a disadvantage like tonight, 3-on-1, and the announcers have to say, that's assault. Where's the police? The police should come here and arrest these men for assault. No, they shouldn't. Again, especially in this case, they shouldn't. Because Moxley should know to watch his ass, watch his back. Because when it's only Sami and it's only Jericho in the ring, you know the other three are not far behind. and they were right behind you to whip your ass. Just saying. So Hager hit him with a low blow. They're fighting up near concessions and whatnot, and then he chokes him out. They show Moxley getting checked on by the doctor, and Darby Allin says, I'll do this match on my own. Darby Allin sent Guevara into the barricade early, and then used a drop toe hold to send Jericho into the steps. Guevara came back with a knee strike, and the action returned to the ring. Jericho used a back suplex. He tied Allin in a tree of woe. He then missed a charge into the corner. Allin picked up a couple quick near falls, but Jericho cut him off with the walls of Jericho. Allin reached the bottom rope and forced the break. Jericho then sent Allin over the barricade, then threw him back inside to cover him for only a 2. Guevara and Jericho passed Allin back and forth for a little while during a delayed vertical suplex. Jericho and Guevara hit a double back elbow and posted Allin. And then they posed. Allin and Jericho traded slaps to the face. Allin fired up and hit a forearm shot and sent Jericho outside. He then hit a tope suicida, ran back inside, and Jericho hit a back elbow. He tried a lion salt, but Allin got his knees up. Jericho tagged out. At one point, Darby Allin tagged himself out, and the referee's like, tag! How the fuck's he got to tag himself when the other guy's tagging in and out? I don't know. Guess he's trying to be funny. He then fired up like literally he gave himself the hot tag, which was stupid. Stupid. He's hurt. He's beat down. Then he goes over to his corner. Tag. I'm going to give myself the hot tag because I don't got a partner to do it. It was dumb. He sent Guevara to the outside, then hit a coffin drop onto the entire inner circle, who were eventually at ringside. In the ring, Allin hit a stunner and a coffin drop on Guevara. Jericho barely broke up the pin. Allin tried a tope to Jericho, but dove right into a Judas effect. Great spot here. Jericho then threw him back into the ring, pinned him 1, 2, 3. There you go. Jericho, Guevara picking up the victory. I thought Darby Allin had an amazing performance in this match. I thought he looked great. Probably the best I've seen him. Maybe not ever, because he's had some really good matches in the past, like the Cody matches. The last singles match with Jericho was really good, but this was one of his best performances I've seen out of him ever. One of. I didn't say the best, but one of. So after the match, as we all assumed, out would come a hurt Jon Moxley. He limped down the ring with a chair and he cleaned house of the inner circle. Hager then ran in and attacked him with a forearm shot from behind. Inner Circle beat down Moxley on the stage. The Inner Circle then gave Jon Moxley an assisted shield powerbomb through a table up near the stage. Irony. Moxley took a shield powerbomb. Inner Circle then posed to close out the show by flipping off Jon Moxley as he's laying in a rubble heap. I thought the show was effective. I thought some of the match stuff could have been a little better. They established directions going forward that are different from what we were doing going into the last pay-per-view. Basically, most of what happened at the pay-per-view was all wrap-up stuff. I get it. Jericho and Moxley is still going. We don't know where that's leading to, though. And Hager with Dustin, I guess, is still a thing. So we wrapped up a lot of things, started some new things, and now we go from there. I thought the show was really good, though. If I had to rate it, I'd probably give it a 7, 7.5. But we do have a couple text messages I do want to read. Let me pull that over to this screen. If you guys want to text into the show, you can do so at 510-906-1341. Not taking any calls, just text messages. Again, you could text into 510-906-1341. This person here does state, did Capital One Arena advertisement remove Edge from it? I can't see him. Yes, Edge has been removed from advertisements for this Monday's Raw. I think the reason is probably, basically, remove him from the advertising because you don't want people to know he's going to be on the show, so he's more of a surprise when he just comes and attacks Orton, probably. That's my thought. With Jake saying, quote-unquote, the dark side, could be a callback on helping Hager with gimmick and working with him in the past. I'd probably reading your text wrong, but Undertaker's not coming to AEW. And I don't think this was any sort of an Undertaker reference. And this person here says, with MJF beating Cody at Revolution, do you think it will now make him the future of AEW? Someone that was always the plan. MJF was always going to be the future. MJF is a future world champion, a future top guy. He's already a top guy. But MJF is going to be like Jericho level within the next year or so. I can tell you that right now. That's always been the plan for MJF to be one of the top guys in AEW. And not just in AEW, but for them to make him one of the top guys in the world in all of professional wrestling. So, I think that's going to do it, though. I think that's going to do it for tonight's AEW review. I want to say thank you to everybody who did join me here live to talk about AEW. I want to thank everybody who watches later right here on YouTube and listens on podcast services all around the world. I should be doing the NXT review tomorrow. Not sure if I'm going to do it early in the morning or tomorrow evening. I will let you guys know a little ahead of time, as much as I can, when the NXT review will go up. I still have to watch that show. Haven't seen anything. Haven't read any results. But with that, I want to say thank you guys for joining me, and have a good night.